Here I'm going to talk about face blend and some of the various settings contained within face blend. What you'll notice is I have several surfaces. Here's a surface that's tangent and rolls into another surface. Here's a surface with a hard edge between the next. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into analysis and I want to analyze what's called surface continuity. So I'm going to select this surface near this edge, and then for my edge 2 I'm going to select the surface near this edge, and you'll see here that I have 3 degrees of G1. Now, to really see it, I can increase the comb, I can increase the number of needles as well. I can turn on suggest a scale factor, turn it on and off, and it'll show me what's going on. I can do a min-max. You can see min is really not going to do much for me because this is just a constant 3 degrees that runs all the way across. So now that we have determined that I have a 3-degree error in the surface, I'm going to go back into face blend. Now with face blend, you'll notice that it says select first face chain. I'm going to select this first face because it is tangent, it is a chain, it recognizes it. It's picking all those faces automatically. Second chain is going to be this surface. Now what you'll note, let me reverse that, is that it stops selection at this edge because we have a 3-degree separation in those surfaces. So I am going to select this surface as well. Now you'll notice what ends up happening is the blend stops at this corner. It does not want to go any further. Now, if I look at my settings, I have various settings in this area that allow me to do something called blend across sharp edges. I can turn that on, and now what I need to do is adjust my maximum edge angle. Right now it's set to 1/2 degree. And a lot of times you may have tiny little variances, you may have drafted surfaces, you may have tiny little breaks in surfaces, and you just want the blend to run over the top of those. That's absolutely an acceptable thing, especially if you're going across a parting line. Now here's a condition where maybe naturally in the real world you don't want to have a hard break like this, but this is just as an example to show you how extreme this can go. So we know we have a 3-degree break. So if I come in here and say 3.5 for instance, and I come over to my tolerance, and I'm going to up my tolerance a bit. The reason why I needed to up my tolerance is because it's going to use a bit more tolerance in the 0.01 in order for it to blend across. So in order for these two faces to join, the tolerance needs to go up just a little bit. I know I swung it up high, really, really high, but it doesn't need to be that high. I can probably get away with 0.1. So as you can see, it's running across that sharp edge and blending up and out and becoming smooth as it gets up to this next surface. This is a very handy tool, like I said, especially if you're blending out things that have a parting line, forged parts, cast parts, things that have maybe an injection molded part that you need to be able to blend across in order to fit a nice smooth transition in. So this is a setting, again, it's an emergency type of setting, or you're very purposefully entering in a blend knowing exactly that it is going across a surface break. So it's a good tool. Be careful with how you choose to use it. If I select OK now and I run my analysis on this and I go to surface continuity and I want to go from this face to this face, you can see down here I have a tangency break, and as I run up to the top, when we turn on minimum, you can see over here it's 0.0004 next to nothing because it is running off and becoming smooth. So basically this is washing out that tangent error.